I think everything in a war is kind of messes you up.
It is rare to hear Israeli soldiers speak openly about their time in Gaza. But after 3 tours of duty, this reservist says his conscience won't let him stay silent.
Every commander can choose for himself what he does, so it's kind of like Wild West. And so some commanders can really decide to do war crimes and do bad things and like don't have very consequences of that.
He agreed to talk on condition of anonymity, fearing he could be labelled a traitor or ostracised at home. These photos were taken while he was serving in Gaza, where he was stationed in the homes of displaced Palestinians.
I think you can't be in this scenario for so long and not like normalize it and not like kind of you lose your mind and then killing is more and more normalized and you can't see the problem in it.
He was first called up on October the 8th, the day after the Hamas terror attack. And it didn't take long before he had serious concerns about how the war was being fought.
There was a building near our territory that Gaza citizens tried for a few days. They came there trying to steal like metals and solar panels and stuff like that, so they could sell it and have some money. Like for sure there were no terrorists over there, but because it was like in the territory that they are not supposed to be in, and it also varied between days, but some days they decided to shoot them.
During his deployments, he was stationed in what's known as the Netzarim corridor, a key Israeli military zone created during the war that cuts across central Gaza, dividing the territory into north and south, giving the IDF greater control.
They don't really talk to you about civilians that may come to your place. Like I was in the Netzarim road, and they say, if someone comes to here, it means that he knows he shouldn't be there, and if he still comes, it means he's a terrorist. But this is like what they tell you, but I don't really think it's true. They might be shot, they might be captured. Really depends on like the day, the mood of the commander.
So what would be the reaction from soldiers when they killed a civilian?
I think a lot of them really feel like they did something good. Because like I think the core of it, that in their mind, these people aren't innocent.
When people have been shot and killed, were they just left where they were?
Usually, yes.
We put the allegations of arbitrary killings in the Netzarim corridor area to the Israeli military. They told us the IDF operates in strict accordance with its rules of engagement and international law, taking feasible precautions to mitigate civilian harm. The IDF operates against military targets and objectives and does not target civilians or civilian objects. It went on. In order to mitigate harm to the civilian population, the IDF issues evacuation warnings to the civilian population and requests it temporarily evacuate certain areas of intense fighting for its safety. The IDF continuously informs the civilian population of any changes. Reports and complaints regarding the violation of international law by the IDF are transferred to the relevant authorities responsible for examining exceptional incidents that occurred during the war. This is just one soldier's account. He says he's speaking out now out of moral duty.
Kind of feel like I took part of something bad, and so I think it's like I need to counter it with something good that I do. And I hope that by speaking of it, it can change like how things are being done. And I think a lot of people, if they knew exactly what's happening, they wouldn't it wouldn't go down very good for them, and they won't agree with it.
Alex Rossi, Sky News, Jerusalem.